Huh? Where did mommy go? Normally my wife Waka help me with my work as a craftsman, but she's not most cut out for it, to say the least. At the moment, I believe she's out helping Stola on the island. The almost goddess of the spirits rest on Zemeth Island north of here. However, the currents surrounding the island are fierce. None of us have been able to reach it from here. Even if we could, Zem Island is a holy place for us Rada. We're forbidden from treading on sacred ground. Always fun. I remember having a conversation once with my brother Greg about what we call sacred ground. Places that you're not allowed to go to. And certainly there's lots of holy places, like I would imagine parts of Jerusalem would be places that you would not physically be allowed to go to because of how holy certain sites are, or you being not of that particular religion would be considered sacrilege, what have you. One of the places I mentioned to my brother a while back was the site of the crash 93 up around Somerset, PA. There is a gate that blocks you from actually going to where the crash site is, the physical crash site, that is. And no one's allowed to go there except for family members of people who died in the crash. I was explaining to him the concept that would be what we would consider holy or sacred ground, and the idea of sacred ground sort of depends on who is talking. For Americans, or people who witnessed the 9/11 tragedy, certain places where the devastation happened would be considered hallowed ground where you would not be allowed to go to. But at the same time, if you were, say, a Native American who had hallowed ground and you're a European coming over, or you're an immigrant or whatever, you might not consider that mound of dirt over there all that sacred. But I guess it depends on your culture. Oh, if it isn't Mr. Hero himself, everyone's saying you fought a wandering calamity without a weapon made of emerald at that. Unbelievable. It's plain to see why you're the talk of the village right now. Every try to help at home, I end up messing it up. And my father-in-law told me to come here to practice for a while. That's embarrassing. Talk to you. I couldn't believe my ears when Raiden started talking to me normally all of a sudden. As I recall, they said something about you saving one of the children of the village. Considering that the bridge is still down, it seems like my chances to settle here for a while and do some peddling. What's that, underground passage? Kind of island, you say? Very curious. I heard of an underground ruin, but as to whether or not it leads there, well, you got me. Well, I've heard it's full of monsters, so I'm not like it'll do me much good in the end. Okay, there's only one thing that I can buy. It's the hard armor. I already bought it. Great. Run away. Doing lots of jumping. Being really stupid. Alright, we'll talk to you. Big Chief, I would recognize you a true warrior at the end, huh? I swear. Never met in a region quite like ya. Emerald swords. Bows highly fine, purified emerald known as emerald. Means that your sword is one of the technically made of emerald too. Might not be news to you, but the best thing about emerald swords is they can control spirit powers, although as it is, your sword of yours probably can't do that just yet. But that's about all I can tell you. If you want to know more, you should visit Emerald Forge in Kanan Island. Filled with the lady who will improve your sword with the really big boobies. Why? Because you can't have an East game unless you got a really big booby lady selling you weapons or improving your equipment. Oh, hey, Isha, are you leaving? Adol nodded and explained that he was planning to leave via the underground passage. ... Will you take care of this then? Isha presented Adol with a simple bracelet. I carved it myself. Sorry for being scared of you, and thank you for saving me. I have obtained a wooden bracelet. Thank you, Adol. Hope you come by again. Olan, I can't wait for your next visit. I will be back at some point, I'm sure. In the meantime, let's equip this because this gives me +2 strength. and defense. So there's no reason not to equip it. Also, smush, smush, smush. Dead. Yeah, everything's gonna just get smushed to die. Not sure if it's worth me trying to grind out another level here, since I've got 193 to go. Oh yeah, that's only one experience point there. That's 4 there. I think I should be able to grind one out. Just not on squirrels is all. Nope, not going that way. Nice. Don't care about you. Well, I guess I can kill you anyway. Everything has a purpose. Right, you're dead. Alright, I got another 140, jeez. Alright, fine. Clear that I'm not going to be able to grind out a level here. So I'll move on to the next section. What we got here? You'll be crossing the Canaan Island, I take it. Well, I'll see you when you get there. See what kind of lifestyle those bastards are living. Still, you yourself are in a region. I can't help but wonder what you'll think of the lives compared to ours. According to the chief, the passage head leads us all the way to the Canaan Islands. Been told that it's crawling with foul monsters. Initially thought you might be able to use it as a placement for the bridge, but in its current state, I can just jump over it like this, like a big boy. Those missiles pass, great. Lots of strong guys, including these little fuckers, which can easily stun lock you into death. See a little thing that he sticks out in his front of his little thing? That's what I'm talking about. You gotta watch out for that because that'll murder you. Lots of little dudes here. Need to level up on. Yeah, see how much it... Well, it's not too bad. 7 damage isn't too bad, but those fuckers can stun lock you straight into death. Once you hit them, though, they retract their little, like, death beam. It makes it so much easier to kill them. Why, hello. What we got here? Another Kapala water. Alright, we're just going to round everybody up into one area. Come on, let's all round up. Just like that. Just what I wanted. I think I'm going to die. Yep, I'm dead. I wish I had a projectile here. Yep, dead. Alright, that's okay. One of the reasons I always say it's okay when I lose at a video game is because it is okay. You know, it's not that big a deal. I'm not actually dying. Nothing bad's happening. I'm not losing my money, etc. So, you know, at the end of the day, yeah. Oh well, I'm losing at a video game. Oh well, the internet's gonna laugh at me. Oh well, what am I gonna do? You know? Get up, go to work the next day. It's not gonna really make any difference to me. But of course, I become the next Hatua girl, but I'm not really sure that's ever gonna happen. As A, I'm not going that to happen, and B, I don't think I could do what she did and turn that into lots and lots of at least short-term fame and money. I don't know if this will be anything anyone will remember in a year from now, 10 years from now. Or maybe she'll be super popular and just completely rewrite herself, her brand, her personality, and be, you know, the Hawk Tuah girl. You know, how one internet meme, you know, led to millions of dollars and international fame and world peace. But gonna be like probably gonna be like everything else in the internet, where you have a following, people are gonna remember it, and then, you know, a couple years from now, everyone's gonna be like, "What are you, a grandpa?" No one remembers that anymore. All right, we're gonna go in here. We're gonna hit the blue button, or not. Like we're saving that for later. Like the little blue beetles, that indicates that I can only defeat them using my blue sword. When I get a different colored sword that is either one of the other colors, like a red or, I don't know, yellow, will be red and yellow guys for me to fight. It'll be only really effective by using the other swords. Fun gimmick. Which is actually, I believe, only in the catastrophe mode of this game. Could be wrong, but I actually don't mind that mode. I actually think that's kind of a nifty change. Or a nifty thing they added to the game. Here, let's go back and do another run here. I think I'm gonna probably cut out some of this grinding here in a minute. Gotta see where we land ourselves first, and then, like I said, if this is just taking too long to get to the next level, I may just, like I said, cut through this part, especially if I die again. Because there's a mini battle on the other side of that blue door, and I kind of want to win that battle, if for no other reason than it makes me feel like a big strong man. Even though it's not, you don't actually have to win that. You don't get anything for beating it. The game doesn't change. The dialogue, I mean, you might get like 1 or 2 lines of dialogue different. It's sort of like in Mega Man X when you fight Base for the first time. He's all like, you beat him, he's like, "Oh wow, I guess you don't need my help, Mega Man." If he beats you, he goes, huh, that's all the mighty Mega Man can muster. Truly, you might need my help, or something to that, you know, that extent. Try to get this. I don't think I'm gonna do it. This isn't great. Alright. Yep, I'm dead. Alright, I'm gonna cut the episode here. Not the episode, I'm gonna cut here. We'll come back in a minute and I'll be much stronger. Alright, welcome back everybody to East, both in Balgana. No, wrong game, sorry. This is Ark of Napishtim, or Ark of Napishtim, or however you pronounce that last word. This is the Mistos path. It's full of these little bug guys that drop down from the ceiling and like that. I was surprised. I sort of expected them to drop down a little bit quicker than that. These guys can get a little annoying. They just do a little bug jump like this. Alright, doing very poorly here. I'll just show what it looks like when you beat them. Didn't do a very good job. We're gonna move on with the level here. Suddenly, Adolf's sword resonated with the door. In case you need to know, there's 1 door for every sword. There's 3 swords. This is the blue sword. There'll be a yellow sword and a red sword. Why didn't I go through here earlier? This is why. Ooh, look. There's murals. First mural says, big sword. 3 swords, including the one I own. Bad guy, good guy. What's this? Calamity. Destroyed by goddess. Yay. Hello, sir. Black-haired man. Looks like I need a key to open it. Guess I'll have to find some other way. Well, well, what have we got here? Just me, your friendly neighborhood Adol. Never thought I'd run into someone else in this place. Who are you anyways? Sure don't look like you came from the town. Adol introduced himself and explained how he recently washed up on these isles. Adol ain't a Christian. Ha! Never know what fate's gonna throw your way. Fancy meeting the legend Adol the Red here. At a time like this, heard all kinds of rumors about you. Mostly about you being a real goody two-shoes who can't keep his nose out of other people's business. Let's battle. Don't think I could let this chance slip by even if I wanted to. How about it? Seeing how much of a fight you can muster against my halberd. Mind you, the lance halberd would have the advantage over a sword in most one-on-one battles. Prove it to me that the blue emerald sword of yours isn't just for show. Oh, 50. About even right now in terms of this battle. I only get one shot at this, by the way. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I survived that somehow with a quick combo attack. Not bad, not bad at all. Goody two shoes or no, at least you know way around the sword. Name is Geese. Venture like you, but I dabble a bit of mercenary work on the side when I feel like it. On the other side of these ruins is a place called Canaan Island. Down there where all the people washed up from Europa live. Why don't you just sit tight and mind your own affairs for once in your life? You're on good. And well, that'll not be the last time we see that gentleman. It'll be the last time we fight him. Unlike in Oath and Falgana, where we were constantly refighting guys. So these are the big boy versions. Some of these are the big boy versions of the little fuckers I fought earlier. Okay, maybe these aren't the big boy fuckers yet. Eventually what will happen is when I come back through here, there'll be bigger versions of these guys I'm going to have to fight, which are going to be very obnoxious to deal with. They're going to have long stickers, whatever you want to call these things, in the front. Alright. Bunch of guys dead. I'm just going to ignore all you guys. So one of the things about Catastrophe Mode that is great and terrible is that some of the guys will start to show up in a color. And the only way to defeat the enemy is by using the same color against them. But there's also a possibility that you'll run into guys that you shouldn't run into that don't... Like that guy! See? Isn't that great? I died. I'm about to fight Geese again. Great! So if you see guys like that look like they kind of don't belong, you want to leave them alone. Just learned an important lesson here. So let's not do that again. I'm gonna avoid all this shit. Fight Geese again. This time I'll probably lose. That's how this go. Yeah, we're gonna do the rematch now. I'm gonna be a little more aggressive this time around because I don't really care if I want to lose this. Not really going to affect the storyline. Like I said before, I'm going to skip his dialogue. And I'm just going to hit you with my sword as hard as I can. You can hit me as hard as you can. See who wins. This is actually in E7, this is actually a playable character. Because they decided to make E7 weird. Or rather, they went with a different engine. Gameplay, mechanic, style, whatever you want to call it, in E7. So in every game up to this, it's been basically you, the hero, taking on the world. And starting in E7, they start to give you like a little not a protagonist, but like little helpers. So, how do I put it? In previous games, including Origins, which is made at the same time as this one, but it's also a prequel, and they give you stuff that you can flip between. So, as you may remember, in Origin, and then in this game when we get to it, there are 3 different weapons that you're going to switch between. And they decided that instead of switching between enemies, switching between weapons, what if we use that instead to make them characters? Oh, I'm doing great. Look at this. Getting pushed around like little bugs. So instead of Adol having, say, a piercing thunder sword and a more well-rounded slashing blue sword and a hard-hitting, slow-moving, like, long sword, we give you a fast character that does a lot of real quick piercing damage. We give you Adol, of course, who'd be your middle ground character, who's not as fast, doesn't do piercing damage, but also isn't big and bulky and slow. But, each one of them is good against certain things. So you switch between those units. So you go from, say, an enemy needs a piercing attack. So you switch over to your piercing character and they pierce it and they kill him. Then you switch over to your, like, a regular, I don't know what Adol is. We'll just say like a slashing attack. And the slashing attack instead of a piercing attack is good against certain enemies. And you switch over to him so you do max damage. And then you switch over to a big heavy hitter guy because you're fighting someone made of stone. That requires something like really strong, like Dogi, who's not big, who's not fast, or doesn't wield any like really sharp or precise weapons, but has his own thing. You switch between the 3 of them. The only problem with that game is that you tend to run into a situation where you're not leveled up quite right, and it's just watching your helpers that you're not controlling health go down to 0, or it doesn't really go down to 0, it goes down to 1, and then they just start evading everything. They just stop attacking, they just evade everything, which is kind of nice because I don't like having to revive characters that are down that I didn't actually cause them to die. It's just like, for the love of God, Donald, stop dying. But that's my gripe. We have already taken as much stone from this area. We may have already taken as much stone from this area as we're able. Like we're going to need to start taking from the underground then. Not looking forward to having to take care of all the insects down there first. From my experience, those should pose no trouble. My concern lies more in the anger of the Qualaton people. Oh, come on, who cares what those Del freaks think? It got nothing to do with us. All I need to think about is making our lives safer and more comfortable. That's Master Balsam's way, and I'm with him every step. Suppose you're right. Oh. So they're taking stone, I guess, from this sanctuary in order to build their city. What the? How'd you end up here? You sure don't look familiar. Are you the mercenary washed up here a while back? No, he is not. He seems to be a new arrival. In any case, it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Lord of the Balsam Trading Company. Man is our associate Zexon. Based on your appearance, you've come from Europa as well. Do you mind if I asked you how you came to be in the underground passage? He'll introduce himself and explain everything that happened since his arrival on Qatar Island. You see, you were rescued by Rada then. They say the underground passage extends across the seafloor all the way to the Qatar Islands? Most interesting find. You should inform Master Balsam at once. You must be one gutsy bastard to make your way through a dangerous place like that. How about it? You fancy working under Master Balsam? Life's damn good if you do. Forget how you washed up here in no time. Now, Zaxxon, we must impress him. I must be returning to Master Balsam as we've agreed. Can you leave the bridge's surveillance to you? Yeah, leave it to me. Alright, I'll be seeing you, newcomer, and get a chance to have a drink together sometime. Oh, your opens and your drinks. You make a detour east from here, you'll find yourself in Port Richmond, the town which we call home. Urging my employer, Master Balsam, so I insist you have come visit his mansion once you're able. He acts both representative and leader of our town. It might be wise to solicit an audience with him. Now, if you excuse me. Everybody ran away from me. I'm all sad now. This is the other side of the bridge. Hello, Mr. Bridge Guy. Yep, this one's busted bridge, all right. I'm not sure if it's even possible to repair from this side alone. Lloyd says there's no proof those tails freaks did, but there's no proof we did it either. I ain't got no idea what the hell's going on inside their heads. So, neither side is admitting to do it. Obviously, someone did it. Perhaps a third party unrelated to the two that live in the North and South Islands. But we'll figure that out. Or not. It doesn't matter. It's just a bridge. Road save. Hooray. We've did it. We saved the rave.